There are some travel days where the destination matters, and then there are days like this where the transition itself becomes the story. Today, we're leaving Mauritius behind, an island that feels refined, predictable in the best possible way, and incredibly easy to navigate, and heading just under 1,000 kilometers west to Madagascar. On a map, it looks like a short hop across the Indian Ocean. But geographically, culturally, and historically, this might be one of the most dramatic short-distance shifts you can make anywhere in the world. Mauritius developed as a global trade hub with strong European influence, modern infrastructure, and a tourism system that runs smoothly. Madagascar, on the other hand, evolved in relative isolation for tens of millions of years. That separation didn't just shape its wildlife, it shaped everything. Culture, language, architecture, food, and even the way cities function all follow a very different rhythm.
And the important thing to understand is that this is not a gradual change. You don't slowly notice differences. You land, and within minutes, you realize you've stepped into a completely different version of reality. Also, Joe described this entire journey as quick and straightforward, which is technically correct, but deeply unhelpful in preparing for what it actually feels like.
We start at Sir C. Wusagur Ramgoolam International Airport in Mauritius, a modern airport that reflects how globally connected the island is. Named after the country's first prime minister, it's efficient, well-organized, and very familiar in terms of international travel. The flight we're taking, typically Air Mauritius, lasts just under 2 hours. That's barely enough time to fully settle into your seat before you're already preparing for descent. But what makes this flight interesting isn't the duration, it's what lies at either end of it.
Because you leave a place where everything feels designed to work smoothly, and you're heading towards somewhere that doesn't try to simplify itself for you.
As the plane lifts off from Mauritius, you see the island's defining features: coral reefs outlining the coastline, calm lagoons, structured development. It's visually organized, but as you approach Madagascar, that order disappears. The landscape becomes more rugged, more varied. You start seeing rolling highlands, irregular farmland, and that distinctive red soil that gives the island its nickname, the Red Island.
And that color is not subtle. It's bold. It's everywhere. And it immediately tells you this place is going to feel different.
Madagascar's soil gets its red color from high iron content, and because of widespread deforestation over time, that exposed earth has become one of the country's most recognizable visual features.
So before you even land, you're already being introduced to the personality of the place.
We land at Ivatu International Airport, just outside Antananarivo, the capital city, often called Tana. It sits at around 1,300 meters above sea level, which means the climate is cooler than you might expect. The airport itself is smaller, less structured, and more functional than what we've just left behind. It reflects the country's priorities, practical, not polished.
And stepping outside is where the shift really hits. The air feels different. The pace feels different. There's more movement, more unpredictability, and a sense that things are happening in layers rather than in a straight line.
Antananarivo is built across 12 sacred hills, a layout that dates back to the Marina Kingdom in the 17th century. These hills weren't chosen randomly. They were strategic, symbolic, and tied to power and governance.
Which explains why navigating this city is less about direction and more about adaptation.
The drive from the airport into the city center is where the transition becomes undeniable. It's only about 15 kilometers, but the experience is far more complex than the distance suggests.
And this is where Joe's quick transfer idea officially ends.
You start by passing roadside activity, small businesses, homes, local transport, and then very quickly you're pulled into dense urban movement.
It's not staged. It's not curated. It's people going about their day, working, selling, moving, adapting.
Antananarivo has over 3 million residents, and its infrastructure reflects organic growth rather than planned expansion. Roads weren't designed for modern traffic. They evolved over time.
Which is why everything feels like it's negotiating space constantly.
But there's a system to it. It's just not immediately obvious.
It's the kind of place where you stop trying to predict what's going to happen next and just observe.
We arrive at Pavillon de la Murine, a boutique heritage hotel in the upper town. This is where the pace changes again. The building reflects colonial-era architecture. Wooden interiors, layered rooms, warm textures. It feels intentionally calm, which is exactly what you need after the drive.
It's like stepping into a different layer of the same city. Everything slows down, the noise fades, and suddenly you have space to process what you've just experienced.
And the location matters. Being in the upper town gives you perspective, literally. From here, you can see how the city spreads across its hills.
Which is when you realize this place doesn't follow a grid, it follows the land.
We head to Antananarivo, one of the most important cultural and historical sites in Madagascar. This was the royal residence of the Merina Kingdom, both a political center and a sacred space.
And it feels different immediately. Not like a tourist attraction, more like a place that's been preserved with intention.
The site dates back centuries, but its importance grew under King Andrianamponi Marina in the late 1700s when he unified the Central Highlands and established a strong political structure.
Everything here has meaning, from the gates to the layout to the positioning of buildings.
One of the most fascinating details is the construction. The walls were built using traditional mortar made from lime and egg whites, thousands of them.
Which means this entire structure is partially held together by eggs, and somehow still standing.
Inside, you see wooden royal houses, ceremonial spaces, and defensive walls. It's not about decoration, it's about function and symbolism.
It's quiet, but not empty. It feels like the space still remembers what it was built for.
Back in the city, we try Varia Minanana, a traditional rice-based dish with leafy greens. Rice is central to Malagasy life. It's eaten daily, often multiple times, and it's not considered a complete meal without it.
Which I fully respect. Strong priorities.
We pair it with masakita, grilled zebu skewers. Zebu cattle are essential to Madagascar, used for food, farming, and cultural practices.
The flavor is simple but strong. It's not trying to impress, it just works.
Meals here reflect practicality, built around what's available, what sustains, and what connects people. We end the day overlooking Antananarivo from the upper town.
And this is where everything comes together.
You see the full scale, the hills, the density, the movement.
It's not perfect, it's not symmetrical.
But it's very, very real.
And that first impression, it's not about understanding everything. It's about realizing there's a lot to understand.
Today wasn't about the distance.
It was about perspective.
From those beautiful turquoise coastlines
to red earth and layered hills.
And just think, we've only just arrived. There is still so much to explore.
Let's test if you were paying attention.
Antananarivo was historically what? A colonial fort. B, a royal palace of the Merina Kingdom. C, a trading port. D, a modern government site. Drop your answer below in the comments with hashtag quizzes with flair.
And tag someone who thinks a short flight can't change everything.
And subscribe to join our journey. See you in the next one.
We have a winner, and I am not being chill about it. Someone just took that leaderboard apart like it was light practice. Moves were intentional. Timing was locked. Confidence, unbothered. Big congrats to our champion. You absolutely showed out. Your notification is about to land quicker than a live patch update. Keep an eye on your comments. We'll grab your details and get that prize moving your way. Smooth process, zero chaos. Didn't see your name this round? Don't switch tabs on us. This isn't a one-off highlight. It's an ongoing storyline, and the next chapter is about to drop. Fresh reset, clean board, new energy, so power up those fingers, because the next spotlight, it might land right on you. No hesitation, no slow reactions, no watching from the sidelines. Stay bold, stay sharp, stay locked in. Let's see who takes it next.